Previously on Ask Uncle Ben. Lady Bracknell, you look like you've seen a ghost.
It's the Oompas.
The Oompas?
What happened? The blood. There's so much blood. Who's done this to you?
Oompas stabbed. Oompas lost. Oompas died. Oompas go great chocolate factory in the sky. Oompas love Uncle Ben. Whistler stab Oompas. Doobity. Close your eyes and you'll fly to a world of pure imagination. Now it's time to say goodbye. You will stay in my imagination. Doobity-die. You did this, you monster. You have to be stopped. You have got to be stopped. Oh, please. Don't you know we all turn into our mothers? Some more than others.
Your voice, you're not whistling, your beard.
Well, I don't think I need this anymore. I want you to see the real me as I end your pathetic, miserable, deluded, stolen little life. 1, 2, Whistler's mother's coming for you. And it's goodbye from Uncle Ben. Bye, murdery, bye-bye. No, Whistler! Attend the tale of Whistler's mum. She smothered love and she murdered fun. Her husband left, she went insane. She'd never be loved or be happy again. The time of joy and hope was done with Whistler's mum, the weeping widow with black teeth. Now listen well to Whistler's mum. Her reign of terror has just begun. She'll end the life of Uncle Ben, but not till she's tortured and killed all his friends. She used and tortured her own son, did Whistler's mum, the shrieking widow with black teeth. See our Saviour rise, see her take your lives. We will learn, we all must burn in Whistler's eyes. I beg pardon, dearie. I can't quite hear you with all that tape over your mouth. Are you begging for death? Well, my singing does tend to have that effect on people. Oh, hang on.
Why are you doing this? What did the Oompas ever do to you? What did I ever do to you? What the hell is wrong with you? Why?
What did you ever do to me? What did you? You still don't know, do you? Wise old Uncle Ben, with all his clever advice and satirical songs, doesn't know. You just found that phone, did you?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you just yet, Uncle. You haven't quite suffered enough for my liking. Not yet. Not nearly enough. As for those funny little Oompa things, they did nothing. Nothing at all. But I know you. Oh, do I know you, Uncle. And taking all your friends away will break your pathetic, patronising, caring little heart. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy everything you've ever cared about, just like you did to me. And you pretentious, patronising podcaster, are going to watch.
You evil cunt.
No, don't forget, you're in the middle of your precious show still. You're neglecting all of your lovely listeners, and we can't have that, can we? So, get on and answer the questions. There's a good boy.
You've tied me to my chair, you damsel in deranged dress.
Oh, don't worry. I'll help you. Think of me as your sexy new assistant. Only without a sparkling leotard, thank God. Oh, look, here's a question. Well, go on. Read it.
All right. Simon writes, hello Simon. Dear Uncle Ben, premise, existence is merely one level, a continuous loop with varying degrees within of understanding. Argument, is the premise correct?
Well, go on, answer him. Honestly, this isn't much of a show, is it? People asking questions and you just sit there in silence. Thrilling, I don't think. God knows how you have so many listeners. What? Oh, right. God knows how you have 3.5 listeners. I guess that sandwich I gave you hasn't made you more intelligent after all.
Sandwich? What sandwich? What are you talking about?
The sandwich I brought you when you thought I was Whistler. Doesn't seem to have done the trick, does it?
Trick? What trick? What are you talking about, you washed-up weirdo?
Did you really think it was chicken? Oh, it definitely hasn't made you any cleverer then.
What? Why would it make me cleverer? What was it?
It was Professor Simon Sheepdog.
No.
Quite tasty for an old windbag like him.
Oh, please, Professor. No.
Well, Simon, that's listener Simon I'm talking to, by the way, not Sheepdog Sandwich Simon. Not much point in talking to him, is there? Well, it sounds like he's talking to you a fair amount in there, isn't he? Anyway, Simon, looks like I'm going to have to answer your question, as poor Uncle Ben here appears to have eaten a friend that disagreed with him. I'll just read it again. Premise, existence is merely one level, a continuous loop with varying degrees within of understanding. Argument, is the premise correct? Premise. Oh, so this was a scientific theory that was written before the discovery of mice. Yes, that must be it. Well, like a lot of things written in the pre-mice era, I think it's been proved to be very wrong indeed by now, Simon. I mean, anyone who's ever been to the job centre knows that occupies a whole new level of hell, quite separate to our normal level. And have you ever been in a Waitrose? Privileged ponces perusing the aisles searching for quinoa stuffed lobsters and Waitrose Basics quail egg pate? You go to those two places in the same day and then tell me we all exist on the same level. I'd like to put all the Tories on one level. A level crossing.
That was actually quite a good answer.
Yeah, you see, anyone can do this rubbish. You know, I'm quite enjoying this. Well, let's have another question. Sophie writes, hello Sophie, dear Uncle Ben, who is your favourite...
Take that, you haggard old harpy. Lady Bracknell. Hello, my dear boy. Now let's get you out of that chair. Those ropes are clashing horribly with your curtains, and rope burns are decidedly out of fashion. What did you hit her with? The bag. Blimey, you've knocked her right out. What do you keep in there? The bag. You keep a handbag in your handbag. Yes. Bother. These ropes are tighter than Miss Prism's particulars. There we are. I managed to get one hand free at least. Thanks. Right, we've got to get out of here before she...
You stuck-up, snooty, sycophantic snob! It'll take more than a double handbagging to stop me.
Triple, actually. You had a handbag inside the handbag in your handbag? Yes.
Say hello to my little friend Knifey. He's gonna cut your heart out.
No!
Let go of me! I should have tied you up tighter. Oh, I'm gonna make you suffer, you ball-gown
bitch! Get out of here, Lady Bracknell! Run, run! But I can't leave you, my dear fellow.
I mean, Lady Bracknell, please. What kind of a title is that? Have you ever been to Bracknell? Jesus.
Don't worry about me. She won't kill me until she's killed everyone else. Now run, for God's sake, run. I shall fetch help, and possibly some cucumber sandwiches. Stay strong, dear boy. Stay strong.
Come back here, you corseted cretin. I'll carve your aristocratic ass off. No, you won't. Get off me, Uncle Twat. Knifey's got a taste for you now. But he wants more than just your arm. But he'll have to wait. Bracknell bitch first. We'll be back for you later. Oh, I do like a chase. Oh, Lady Bracknell, Lady Bracknell, don't run, there's a dear. We'd like to have tea and scones with you, and then pour boiling old grey into every orifice.
Run, Lady Bracknell, run! Look, I'm sorry to have to leave you, lovely listeners, but I have to help Lady Bracknell. I can't leave her to the mercies of that lunatic. Hang on, I've still got one arm free, even if it is bleeding. I'll see if I can find an old, previously unbroadcasted show for you to listen to whilst I'm gone. Ow! Oh yes, this'll do. Now look, I've no idea how old this is, I'm afraid. Enjoy. I'm coming, Lady Bracknell. One hop at a time. A hithy, a prithee, and alas, madam, 1,000 tempest-tossed thithies to thee all. Fair welcome, all huppers, all struppers, all mundignant guppers, all peasants, all pheasants, all pox-ridden pedants, and verily all those in between, to yonder episodement of Ask Nuncle Ben. Mayhaps my head shall fall off, and I shall sell my privy to the Duke of Northumberland, etc. But muffle me not, and spank not my splutterings, O ye virtuous vagabonds, for henceforth let us commence our coquettish communications without further a hullabaloo.
Is this supposed to be Tudor-timed or music hall?
Shutteth your face. Talking of vagabonds, dear listeners, here be the virtuous Viking of vagabonds himself. Verily, 'tis Nuncle Whistler.
Cool blimey, where's me trousers? Doing the Lambeth lobotomy, etc.
Begging thine pardon.
Knees up, Auntie Mary.
Forsooth, methinks thou art afflicted, Nuncle Whistler, for thou speakest in a most peculiar future tongue, of which I know not the origin.
I like a bit of future tongue.
Must thou speak of such base banalities in front of our most loyal and lugubrious listeners? Thou dost bring shame to both our households.
What? You mean those 3 people over there who are staring at us and wondering why we're standing on a box shouting at them?
Ah, how simply and succinctly those worldly wise words do drop from your dreary, diseased mouth. 'Tis a thing of beauty, sirrah, a thing of beauty indeed.
Look, just because I've got tights on.
Marry, we must cease from endless entomology and begin our most noble and nuffle-farious answering.
You're making half of these words up, and the other half you've got no idea what they mean.
What an umbilical and pampological insult, sirrah. But come now, 'tis not the time for banal bickering, for the sun doth begin to yawn. Lady Moon shall soon serenely side-saddle over yonder horizon, and we, like any noble soldier, must attend to our most honourable duties.
You what?
To the questions!
Oh.
Rory Scribes, Master Rory, welcome. Prithee, Nuncle Ben, do pronounce thy judgment upon this vexation. This very eventide I set myself afire in the hearth, and then sat about catching up with the news from Downton Abbey. As I slowly burned to ash, I couldn't help but ponder, would I have succeeded as a unicorn fluffer, or should I have stuck at it as a raspberry blower? Well, Master Rory, a unicorn fluffer, 'tis a skill most rare, and an occupation most sought after. Methinks thou must be a shiny sovereign in the slop bucket indeed. Verily, muchly, good sirrah, forsooks, forthwith, forsooks your soth, soak your teeth once a fortnight, etc.
What are you talking about?
As for raspberry blowing, whilst it may be a trade which is most looked down upon by lairds, looms, and lukes alike, where would we be without it, I ask ye? And herald not the fast coach to Michaelmas just yet, my lovely loofer, for I myself shall answer the quizzical question without hesitancy nor hysterectomy. For without raspberry blowers, we should be like an old maiden in winter without any undergarments, or indeed like a raven flying eastward when all winds do beckon sandwichly. And so, good Sirrah, as thou dost once more become nothing more than the ashen remnants of a burned-out life, be proud that thee were both a unicorn fluffer and a raspberry blower. Fall as one day we all shall fall. Love as one day we all shall love. And rest, sweet fluff blower, as one day we all shall rest. Good night, sweet Sirrah. Verily I doth my lowly cap towards your weeping relatives. Right, I'm leaving. You insult me, Sirrah, you're a loony. But please, dear unfortunate, I should be lost without you. Why, without you, I should be akin to a child with no onions, a holy man with no hallucinations, a swordfish without a pension, a three-toothed ironmonger from Blackpool with only... All right, just get on with it. Verily, verily. My name's Whistler, not Verity. Ha! Thy wit is like a toasted tea cake, and I shall obey. Our Lady of Suspicious Coffee Mornings does scribe. Dear Nuncle Ben, why did Souter cry out on it? Explain. Ah, a fustian riddle. Well, my dear lady, you may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucretia knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. What the fuck are you all talking about? My dear man, if indeed you are a man, 'tis the great bard himself, Lionel Bard. Oh, I like him.
Othello, Othello, never before has there been such a more. Othello, Othello, your wife Desdemona is true, are you sure?
No.
Iago, but be back soon. Iago, but while you're whispering, Othello's pacing round because his wife can't be found. Iago,
No, 'tis not.
as long as laity.
Nay, and thrice times nay. I speak of the master of words, the prince of poets, the king of couplets. Oh, the boring one. Sirrah, thou art as uncouth as thou art unwashed. Pray, Madam Coffee Mornings, please forgive my forsaken and foolish friend. He knows not what has crawled from his malingered monosyllabic mouth. I know you're all utterly unhinged. As to why Souter did cry out, he cried out, for it is as rank as a fox, a bit like Whistler's codpiece. And talking of codpieces, Kingsley pronounces, Dear Nuncle Ben, which direction should a gentleman urge his cod to dangle to fail to cause offence? Please note my impeccable 5-foot iambic. I'd play on that pentameter any day. Delightful. Why, Nuncle Whistler, this be verily more of your area of expertise than mine, so you shall indeed pray answer. What? Oh, right. Pray answer, verily. Look, I keep telling you I'm not called Verity. Must be the tights. Anyway, Kingsley, a gentleman's cod should always dangle south-southeast. But sod being a gentleman. If you want my advice, point it straight forward and follow it wherever it wants to take you here. Although these are dangerous times we live in, we must be careful what we catch, or our cod can give us more than just a bad haddock. Always, shavers, always know your plagues, that's what I say. It's a cold day in 1598. My heart burns and every bone starts to shake. There's a black rat crawling under my cape, lumps under my armpits and my skin starts to flake. And isn't it bubonic? Don't you think? I've got plague, and it's spreading your way, my backside. It has seen better days, just a million lies, and my balls turned to clay. I knew what I caught, I'm disfigured. Don't feel well at all, should have played it safe. But my codpiece said no. I should have just kept my tights on and left that damp dog alone. Should have wrapped it in beeswax when I lay with that crone. I shouldn't put rats down my breeches, but hey, that's the way that it goes. And isn't it bubonic? Don't you think? A little too bubonic.
Yeah, I really do think I've got plague, and it's spreading your way, my backside. And it's seen better days, it's a million lies, and my balls turned to clay. I knew what I called or disfigured. Well, more disfigured than usual.
Enough, and thrice times enough. Methinks the vagabond dost say too much. I'm not doing any dusting, thank you very much, not in my condition. Shut thy face, and stand over there, would you?
No.
And verily, merrily, Chuck Berrily, we now doth reach our final sunset. The moon doth rise in blackening skies, and soon we all shall sleep.
What?
'Tis time for the final question.
Oh, you should have said I did.
Dear Uncle Ben, Webster's dictionary defines Tudor as a deep-pitched brass wind instrument with valves and wide conical bore. So my question, you're a wide conical bore, Whistler.
Shut your face.
All right. So my question is this.
Why did you stop speaking in that special Tudor way then?
I verily did not, verily, merrily, merry, verily.
Shut your face.
The questioner continues. So my question is this. Papa, pa, 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 pa. Yours sincerely, Edward Tuba Pole. Oh, it's more Lionel Bard.
Papa, there Hamlet goes. His pa got killed by his bro. The murdering uncle now sits on his throne, waiting for 14 brass.
Ah, such sweet music does turn the very air to honey. And yet, alas, poor porridge, I do him fellatio. Thine answer is incorrect, dear Uncle Whistler. The correct, nay, apposite, nay, exact, nay, chastened, nay, have you turned into a horse? He does this every Friday. Nay, only response to Master Edward's pest-compopulating posing is...
Are you looking at my tuba? Tuba. Are you looking at my tuba? Tuba. It's my tuba, it's my tuba, it's my tuba, and I'll point it at you. Now I'm pointing with my tuba. Tuba. Yes, I'm pointing with my tuba. Tuba. It's my tuba, and I'll put it inside you.
But merrily, verily, darily, 'tis quite enough of that. For now, my Fuskpulpian friends, 'tis time for us to say farewell. Merry old Mistress Time has formed her final wrinkle upon the frowned face of Father Fortune. The sombre sands of sad eternity have wept their final grain upon our tearful cheeks. And so, dear listeners, we once more must crack our weary whip and ride reluctantly into the scarlet sunset.
Show's over, fuck off.
Yes, that. Farewell, my friends, and may fortune be with thee. Blimey, that was all, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Forgot we go back quite that far. We must moisturise.
I don't.
Oh, yes, I can tell. Oh, yes, I'm afraid, lovely listeners, despite not being able to find Lady Bracknell, I did not return alone. The wrinkled wraith has returned with me.
Shut your face now and get back in your chair. Time for some more bondage fun.
Oh, God. Ow.
Oh, the knee bone's connected to the chair leg. Ow. The wrist bone's connected to the chair arm. The armchair's connected to the south of France. No, hang on. No, I'm getting confused now.
You crumpled old crone.
Shut it, 4 eyes.
3.5 eyes, actually.
There we are.
All nice and tied up like a good little boy. When they say you were a bad mother, remarkable. So look, are you now going to finally tell me what this is all about?
No, you're going to answer the final question. It's from Sophie. But Sophie writes, Dear Uncle Ben, who is your favourite Marvel character and why? Well, I don't know what she's talking about, so you'd best get on with it. I'm going to sharpen knifey.
Oh, fine.
Hello, Sophie. Well, of course, I was very saddened to hear of the death of Stanley. He had one of the best imaginations that ever existed, and brought such joy and inspiration to so many. My favourite Marvel character is Jessica Jones. I think it's because she's so real. She has flaws like all of us. She's got walls like all of us. Sorry. She's been through terrible things and often deals with her issues badly and in the wrong way, just like all of us. But she doesn't let it stop her from helping people. She's also extremely feisty, doesn't put up with any nonsense, and is dark and brooding, whilst often being very funny. So yes, I absolutely love her. The Oompas love her too, actually, don't you? We watch Jessica Jones together all the time, don't we, Oompas? Oompas! Oh, yes, silly of me, been a hell of a day. Sorry. Right, well, that's all we've got time for on this episode of Ask Uncle Ben. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. Thank you for listening, and right, Knifey's all sharp and ready now. Aren't you, Knifey? Yes, you are, yes. Oh, good. Now the knife's talking to her. Not deranged at all. What's that, Knifey? Oh, no, we couldn't do that. That's disgusting. That's depraved. That's too much even for me. We couldn't do that, could we? Could we? Look, either tell me what this is all about, or get on with killing me, would you please? I'm thoroughly bored of all this. I'll tell you. Whistler! Oh, Whistler, thank God you're okay. I've been so worried. Where have you been? I read the letter. I read everything. It was you. It was all you. It was you all this time. You. Just you. I thought you were my friend. What are you talking about? I am your friend. What? No. You ruined everything. Everything. You're the reason Dad left. You're the reason Mum went insane. You're the reason she did what she did to me. It was you. All of it. All of it was you. But I don't... He really doesn't remember, son. Do you? Uncle. Remember what? You didn't find that phone on the street. You found it in your house. In my house? What would Whistler's father's phone be doing in my house? You really are stupid, aren't you? It was your father's phone. What? You found it in his office one day when he'd gone to work and forgotten to lock the office door. His secret phone. But why would Whistler have been messaging my father's phone? Because he was my father too! What? It's true. He was having an affair with your mother, and he got her pregnant. That's why he left me and Whistler. Left us all alone. That's when my head went all funny on the inside and turned all different colours. Do you see? Do you see? Everything that's happened, every dreadful, depraved thing, it's all because of you.
No, it's not. It's not my fault. No, I can't listen. Whistler, please, you've got to listen to me. Look, this isn't my fault. Whistler.
Say hello to your brother, oh wise know-it-all Uncle Ben.
Whistler, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
My head feels so clear now, Mummy. So very clear. No more confusion. No more hate. I know what I've got to do. Good boy.
Whistler, what's that? What are you holding? Whistler, put the gun down. Whistler, please, look, this isn't my fault. Whistler, listen to me. Whistler, shh.
It's time for us to say goodbye now, brother. Time for it all to end.
Whistler, please, just listen. Just stop and listen.
Do it, son! Do it!
Whistler, listen to me. Whistler, please.
Goodbye. I'm sorry.